years. All of your forms can be found at mishawaka.org/forms. So if you're needing a form, you're needing an updated form, that's where you want to go. That's going to have that website is ridiculously important for everybody in the auxiliary. I always say if you're taking a college class, this website is your textbook. So you want to get in there. It's going to have your department officers. It's going to have your district level representatives listed. It's going to have straight contact information for them. It's going to have your forms that you can update. Mishawaka.org for Michigan American Legion Auxiliary.org is going to be a huge resource for everybody. So check that out. Get a chance to go through that when you can. Next, please. Okay. Next up is going to be your membership application. Okay. So this is the document we'll be dealing with here. This is one of the documents. This one and the next one, we're going to go over the member data form. These are the ones that need to be like, I mean, all of this needs to be, really looked at and taken care of, but these are the ones that can throw your whole transmittal off. Because the amount of information that they need, because again, it's going to exist for 100 years. First thing at the top, you're going to do first name, middle name, last name. I am saying this because it used to be flipped in the past. Your home address, make sure that you're trying to make it as legible as possible. Your obvious city, state, and zip. You have a section for your home phone number and your cell phone number. If you don't have a home phone anymore, like me, and you just have a cell phone, please put your phone number in the cell phone section. Okay, and leave the home phone section blank. That way we know, okay, this is something, because in the future, there will be if technology continues for the Legion the way it has, eventually there will be text notifications. We're going to need to know if your phone is a landline or if it's a cell phone so that you can receive text notifications. Don't know when that's going to happen, but I would be shocked if it doesn't in the next 10 years. But that's speculation, but that's why that is what that is. The email address, another one. Make sure that email address is very legible, because that's how you're getting information from a lot of national, a lot of the stuff that's automatic that's in our programs that gets sent. They're going to want to have that good address. That's also going to be the email address that's entered where if you receive the Legionnaire. And that's why those email addresses, make sure they're very legible. Next up, and this is a big one, date of birth. In the date of birth, you'll see it says parenthesis next to it, it says required. We are requiring a date of birth here to make sure we're organizing our juniors and seniors. If they don't have a date of birth, we can't put it in, because again, then it throws, is this a senior? Is this a junior? Those are different payments. That throws the payment. So make sure you put a birth date in here. You'll put, are they 17 or 18 and over? And then this part, this next one, I'm going to circle it because everybody see it. I'm going to zoom in on the camera. I don't know how close I'm getting. This section here that says unit number. That is your unit number that they are joining. This is another section that's about half filled out. Always put that unit number in there, because when we're going through paperwork, right now I'm trying to go through and file all of our old membership applications, everything. If it doesn't say a unit number, now I have to go into the computer system and hope that people are still in there and then find them that way. So if you can put the unit number, this way we can file this with your unit files. And that way it's easier for us at department to be able to find something. If you call in and say, hey, I'm looking for a membership app from 2021 for Susie Smith. What unit is she in? That's going to be huge in finding. So that's one that doesn't get filled out a lot, that I'm asking, please mark that one, because that's going to help. And then location is going to be the location of your unit, which is going to be that same name from the front. That way it also, you'll notice there's a lot of repeat information. This way it keeps it all together as, oh, okay, now we know what transmittal it was on. We know what list it goes to. Okay. Here is something that a lot of people, I don't know if they've noticed it on the app. Have you been a member previously? So if you're a rejoin, you're coming back, you check yes, and you put your previous unit, city and state, and your ALA ID. Put those three in there, because that's going to be easier than to rejoin. And a lot of times too, if you're having somebody who's going to rejoin and they were in a different unit than the unit you're in now, they need to be rejoined and transferred, which is something I have to work with National on. to have that process happen. And so that's why if it's a rejoin, that's a great spot to put that unit in, so that way it's easier to find them in the system and get them switched over promptly. The next part, ridiculously important because it gets left off and it is required, and that is the signature of applicant or legal guardian and the date. If we don't have a signature, this paperwork, it's null. It's just like if you went and filled out an official document and you didn't sign it, the paperwork's not signed by the applicant, we can't process it forward. It's got to be returned until we get that. Okay. So really keep an eye on those. Again, I want to highlight the email, the cell and home phone number difference, your date of birth and how important that is, what unit, so we have it in there for our files, and then again, that signature at the end there for you. Okay. All right, I know as these get, I'm going to give you 2 seconds to write down a little bit of questions if you have those before we move on to the eligibility section of the new member application. So we'll go ahead and go to that next slide, Mark. So this is the eligibility information. And again, all of this stuff that I'm going over, if one thing is wrong, it throws the whole thing off. So eligibility information, you're going to put who you're eligible through. That is the name of the veteran. So quick question. This is be a group answer. Can you join as a great grandchild?
No.
Correct answer. You cannot, as of 2019, you cannot join as a great grandchild. So eligibility through the name of the veteran. And as you can see on that form, it says if you're a female veteran, list your own name. Now, a lot of the auxiliary members have to join with if their eligible person is still alive, that eligible person needs to be a member of the Legion. And that's where you're going to ask you, okay, well, if they're living, the veteran, what post is the veteran in? What city is the veteran in? And what state is the veteran in? We would like, though it is not required, though it is helpful, we would like their American Legion number. We do not need it to process it through. If we have it, it's going to be more helpful and it's going to give you more of a complete, word now. But the information that you have, a complete, that's going to make it more complete. So, post, city, and state, you obviously need the American Legion number. You don't, but it will be helpful. Next up, we have living or deceased. If the veteran is living, they're, like I said, must have your Legion member number. If they are deceased, please have a copy of the veteran's DD 214 for your unit. You do not need to send us a copy of their DD 214 once the application is signed by both the applicant and the adjutant. But please keep hold of your records. You do not have to send us the DD 214. I'm seeing some confusion. We don't need it. You guys need it at your level for your records. Go ahead, next slide. Okay. This one, veteran served. This one is a big one, and it's probably the most missed section of the membership application. Which conflict your veteran served in? So if they served in World War I, or any time after December 7th, 1941, and check all that apply. So some of your options in there is we have the Global War on Terror, the Gulf War, which actually in Alamus is listed as one, Panama, Lebanon and Grenada, Vietnam, Korea, World War II, and then we have a section for other conflicts. So if you were serving during the Cold War, anything like that, or there wasn't one of the official listed, you can list there. So make sure you mark that first box anytime after December 7th, 1941, and then one of the other 8 boxes. And if one of these first 7 don't fit, check number 8, that other conflicts, then we can get that thing processed. A lot of times we will send this back because this part, they don't know it, so they don't mark it. We can't process it through. Alamus literally will put a stop. So a lot of times too, what I think is important for everybody to understand is if we're sending something back to you or we get stopped and we say something needs changed, it's because we physically can't push it through the computer. That's why we're sending those back, because the computer won't let us. We get to a certain point where it's like, you got this information? No. Start over. Next up, we have the applicant's relationship to the veteran. This is how the applicant is related to the veteran, not the other way around. This is where I see a lot of mistakes on this one, because you have male spouse, female spouse, daughter, granddaughter, mother, grandmother, sister, and self. A lot of people are putting who they're eligible under, and then they're marking male spouse. because they're reading it as it's the male spouse. This is your relationship to the veteran, not the veteran's relationship to you. All right, and then another signature that is required, so this is a form that requires 2 signatures, the applicant's signature, and then to be completed by the American Legion adjutant, and then they sign this, that they certify that the above names individuals served at least 1 day of active duty during the dates marked above and was honorably discharged or is still serving honorably. That's why you don't have to send us the DD 214s, but the adjutant is gonna need to see it to verify. Once this signature is filled in, the adjutant has told us this person is good, they've checked everything that they need to check, their qualifications are good, they have signed it, the adjutant has signed it, we can now add you as a new member to the American Legion. All right.